So we'll move to our next sessions, and then we have taught from our speech. We are full of error, uncertainty, and they take terms, right? So we will have more systematic way to understand all sort of things one by one. Next chapter, properties of human conversations. So for our human conversation, so here is an example, right? So this one is the travel agent. So how to book the air ticket. So again, is A is the travel agent, human. C is the client, also human. So we have the C1, A2, C3, A4, one by one, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then the clients and also the travel agents, they will have the terms conversation. The first one you have to understand is the terms, okay? So for our human computing, right? So we have to understand human cannot compete all the information within one term. So the first computer, they want you to compute all the order within one terms and then give me one command and then compute lots of the things. But honestly, lots of the human, they cannot do this kind of the thinking. So we take terms and then we have to understand human, they have the limitation of the memory. We cannot have a real systematic way to find out the solutions. So we need to be pieces of the information delivered to the system. So just like here, you ask the Siri to set the alarm. It's easy, it's 5 p.m., right? So 5 p.m. and then Siri sets the 5 p.m. alarm for you. So this one is a single term conversation design. You can ask the Siri to do now, and then honestly, what is the problem of the single term design? Yeah, maybe there are lots of hidden agenda. 5 p.m. is for tomorrow or for every day, or somehow it's only for the Saturday, or is for a really special setting. So if you just say, hey, set the alarm for 5 p.m., honestly, Siri cannot do it because they don't know it's set for today, tomorrow, every day, or all sort of things. So yeah, that is the problem of the single term design. So you say that, hey, if you cannot finish the information in one term, oh, just take terms, right? So easy to do it. But honestly, computer science systems, they are not human beings. So if you need to take terms, that means you have to guide them how to start a term, end a term, when I can start a talk, when I can stop end a talk, and then what is the first information I have to get, what is the second, what is the third, etc., etc. Just like when the admin staff asks you to fill a form, so they have the part A, part B, part C, part D, etc. But honestly, similar to it's me or similar to me. So most likely you can understand the terms, and then when you're filling the information of part A, so you will think about the part B, and then you will think about the part E, F, G, etc., etc. So it always create lots of the I would say that problem about the term taking. And the most important thing, there are lots of interruptions. So definitely you will find a friends around you, or even your university classmate, right? They are stream of consciousness, 意識流, stream of consciousness. Or when you talk with lots of the lecturers, so they are this kind of thing. There are too many things in their brain. Okay, too many information, too many data in your brain. So when I want to say that, talk with you and then discuss one idea with you, or you have the brainstorming, you discuss an idea with the lecturer or with your classmate, especially university student, right? So you will throw lots of the information out, unlike a talk which is well organized, or somehow PowerPoint, right? Even if I have the PowerPoint, so I will randomly throw some information out, randomly throw something out to discuss, and those are interruptions. So somehow with the interrupt, you don't know how to collect the information, and that is the problem of human conversation. So just like the conversation of that we have given to you as an example. So when you want to book a ticket, so you deliver the information, hey, there is a first flight at 10 a.m. At Seattle, etc. The second, etc. So so the client will say, hey, I would like to take the 5 p.m. 5 flight, right, on 11th, and then the agents have to confirm again, have to confirm the date, have to confirm the departure time, arrival times, and then all the things, and then client say okay, but somehow it will take a problems. The interrupts comes. Okay, so your client may be randomly asking something that is not on your agenda or not relate to your air ticket. For example, they will suddenly ask, hey, I would like to the agents, right? So I will have 2 non-stop fighting, etc. And then studying your client, hey, what is the date of the week? It's the 5th. So you have to answer, yeah, it's on Friday, blah, blah, blah. And then the client may have some hidden agenda that is totally not related to the agents, right? So maybe on Friday, maybe you want to stay a long weekend, maybe you want to stay an extra day, maybe you have a girlfriend in Seattle, you have a boyfriend in Seattle, etc. There is, yeah, honestly, there is nothing related to the travel agents, right? But the travel agent have to deal with this kind of the hidden agenda, deal with this kind of the interrupt. And that's why we always say that when the admin colleagues or when the IT colleagues, so they design the form, they design the input structure, we always have the exception case. Yeah, I have some problem when I fill in your form. I have some consideration when I fill in your form, fill out your logic, etc., etc. And they are the interrupt. And that's why our human conversation is so complicated because we always have some hidden agenda. And this kind of hidden agenda is not related to the agents, it's not related to the computer science, but you have to deal with it. So usually we will, we have some things in our heart, and then we use our wording to present our idea. So usually we have a hidden agenda from every sentence. So we do not produce something rubbish, and then if it's something rubbish, then why not we just without producing any voice, right? So when we speak, so definitely there are something we want to present, and this kind of the things we call it dialogue is a kind of actions. It's a kind of actions. You can find out more, but somehow the speed ads can be easily classified into 1, 2, 3, 4 for this kind of the information. So the first one will be stative, will be the constative. That means you are answering something. So when some questions come and then you try to answer, give extra information to the question. So that is answering. So there is constative. Another one will be directive. That means you have some requests and then you are going to ask something, ask for some information or asking for some, I don't know, asking for some advice or asking for some request. So you have something. Now, it's not you answering some question. You have something want to give or want to direct the others to do. Okay, so you have a motivation in your heart and then ask the others to do. Third one will become active. That means that you have some commission. You are going to promise something or you are going to do some planning. So you are going to commit the speaker or to do some further actions or for the future, etc., etc. So most likely coming from your boyfriend, right? You have some commissions, and then I promise I can give you a really good home, and then I promise I will work hard and then take care of our children, etc., etc. So you have some promise, right? So that is the third one. The fourth one, it will be acknowledgement. That means you want to say thank you or you want to apologize. You want to express your feelings in some of the social actions. So apologize, greeting, thank you, accepting, acknowledgement fall into the fourth one. Some of the example, for example, hey, turn up the music. That means I have a order, right? So I have an order and I ask you to do so. So directive. And then what dates in May do you want to travel? So it's another directive because I want to ask for some extra information. Answer the questions, Translative, I need to travel in May, so I answer the questions. Thanks, acknowledgement. So yeah, just express your feelings in some of the social actions. Speech, or I will say that all the education, so they are going to build some common grounding. So common knowledge or common understanding through our conversation, etc. Right? So why you have the uh, online materials, so why you have the face-to-face materials, and then before the online and face-to-face material, you have the lecture, because we want to prepare some common grounding, common knowledge, common understanding of all of things before our actions. So all the speed in our human, so we have to, yeah, we want to do something, right? So we have the actions. And then for the action, so somehow you have, you need to have a briefing, you have to prepare some grounding for all of your target audience, so that before the action, they know what they are going to do and then what is the next behavior. Grounding is not only in our speech. So as I have presented to you, right? So education is one of the common grounding. We have the common understanding of all the things you have to understand before you go to the social or society, right? So we have the common grounding. Even a similar button, so you also have the common grounding. For example, night ups, right? So why they have a night ups? Because we know that yes, the machine is performing your action. So we nice up, and then I know your request. I'm now fitting back to you. So yeah, that's why okay, but okay. So it's a common ground that means that, hey, I have copy that, right? I know your request, and that I'm going to respond. I'm prepared processing your request. So sometimes we also repeat the answer, because, for example, the fifth fight, right? The fifth fight. So you have to double confirm is on the 11th of this month, etc., etc. You want to repeat the your other people request or other person request, so that you want to double confirm the answer. So that is, again, we build a common grounding, common knowledge, common understanding for your next action, next conversation, etc. So yeah, common grounding, or say that feedback system. Feedback system is really important. So we have the response A, response B, right? So somehow response A and response B just okay, right? The main difference, or the only difference, is just okay. But with the okay means that I have copied your answer, and then I know what is your answer. Then I will start the next action. So okay, feedback is really important in this kind of conversation. So why we have to understand the type of the conversation? Because when we understand the type of the conversation, we understand the emotion behind, and the most important thing, we know the answer that we should prepare. For example, when you understand this is a question, so we prepare an answer, the tone are totally different. When we understand it's a proposal, then we will prepare whether we accept or reject this kind of proposal. So we analyze the conversations, and then we can produce the correct pair of the answer. And then usually we cannot find our answer to the system within one sentence. So we have the dialogue, and then we have the sub-dialogue. So we have the question and answer within a question and answer to further get more information for our next lecture, next actions. So not only about getting the extra information from the sub-dialogue, so sometimes it's about clarifications. So we want to clarify something. We want to double confirm whether this kind of information is correct for our next lectures. And then if they have the question, so you also, if the system have the exception or the common error they discover, so somehow about the sub-dialogue, so they also get the confirmations, get the clarifications from the sub-dialogue. So some of the constraint or limitation or hidden agenda, whatever you want to use. So it's not only about the sub conversation. So sometimes will be the P sequence. because there are lots of common error or uncertainty that will be easy discover from your previous record, from your previous data, instead of once you have and then you do it. For example, if you have called the customer service of the credit card center, so before press one credit card, press two bank service, press three, etc. So the first P sequence of the subdialog, they will ask, hey, is there any scam here that you have discovered? Are you going to report some of the illegal actions or some of the scam call that you want to prepare? So perhaps you have something more urgent than finding the credit card information or bank service. So that is P sequence of the subdialog. For example, here, so when you want to book the airplane, right? So somehow after the airplane, you will take a train or you will take the train maybe, or take the bus. So is there any train that you have booked? If yes, the train also have a constraint, also have a limitation. So you have to do it, and then you have to consider in your planning. Uh, yeah, and sometimes the initiative or the hidden agenda is not just one single need. Perhaps they are mixed initiative. So, so you think that the conversation terms should be I need, then you need, then I need. We take terms, right? But there are lots of interrupt. There are lots of extra information that will flow at any time, at any form, and then you have to prepare. You have to process this kind of information. So honestly, to prepare an AI model for an AI agent is very hard. 我好难哦。So that is the situation, right? So yeah, there are lots of the things you have to bear in your mind. Just like if you have the chance to become a secretary, most likely is for someone, right? So they have lots of the admin management issue. When you have the admin management, that means that you only prepare the meeting or schedule for your boss. Because for every meeting or every schedule, so there is lots of the hidden agenda. There are lots of tricky things, and those things you have to answer. You have to respond in your chatbot system. So as a chatbot, it's very hard to prepare. So just to prepare the say that the chatbot summarize all the things. So a chatbot, or we say is a conversation agent. So somehow they can classify into task-based or for leisure. That means for chatbot open domain chit chat. So task-based. So somehow you want to book the ticket or you want to book the you control the home assist, right? Control the home device. So you have the task-based. For leisure, that means that you talk with the Siri and then or OpenAI ask any question that you want. To prepare this kind of the chatbot or AI agents, so there are two methods. One is rule-based. So you have a pool of Q&A, question and answer pair, and then see which question and answer pair you will require. And then you can present all of them by using graph model or a corpus space. That means you have a large LLM, large language model, lots of the data, lots of the wording inside this large language model. And then you find out the properties of the next wording. So you combine all the wording, commonly appear wording together, and then you will have a large language based chatbot. So this one, rule-based, is also AI, but it's a if then else rules. You need expert and human to combine. The accuracy, or I will say that the data that's prepared by the rule-based is really concrete. It's really clear. And then the computation power is compared with the LM, they are small. But somehow this one is more general, so they can handle more and more complicated, complex situations. And then, yeah, they can handle this kind of thing just like your OpenAI, just like your DeepSeek. But the question is, you have to spend lots of the resources to prepare this kind of cover space. So it's a matter. So to prepare the chatbot, so you have to understand what is the element inside our human conversation. So what is the meaning inside the turn-based conversation? What is the ad? What is the hidden agenda behind our actions? And somehow, because we take terms for our conversation, so we are going to build the grounding, build a common ground for our speech, build some knowledge one by one, one by one, one by one. And then there are lots of interterm structure, and then there are sub sequence, there are pre-sequence inside the dialogue. So there are lots of interesting things you can set inside the chatbot. And within our class, especially inside our next section, so we'll cover something that is related to the conversation AI, relate to the technology. So you build your chatbot just like the Panda. Okay. So in our next sessions, the second part of our lecture, so we'll talk about three solutions. So the first one will be this one, Microsoft solution, Azure Speech Service. So next one will be the Google Service. So we'll talk about the dialog flow, and then the next one, so is the ChatGPT with the Facebook. That means the Meta solutions, Llama. So we'll talk a little bit about the options of your choice. Unity is one of the game platform. So if you create games, you create 3D games or 2D games, so you have heard about the Unity. So you can use this kind of the PaaS, platform as a service, combined with the IDE, independent development environment, combine two the things. So this one prepare the interface, this one prepare the machine learning AI method, combine them together, and then be your service. So this one is also if you have the Dialogflow API. So this one is the AI service, and then you combine with the interface. So you create the interface by Unity, combine them together. And finally, of course, we don't want you to touch so many technical things or programming. So we use the open AI together with conversation AI, and then let you do the online exercise and face-to-face exercise. Okay, the first one is Azure Speech Service. Azure here is by Microsoft Service. So you can find lots of the Microsoft product, for example, Teams, for example, PowerPoint, for example, Office, etc. Cortana is the personal assistant. That means the Microsoft version series. So they can connect with the home assistant, and then they can do lots of the things. It's interesting. So Azure is a PaaS, platform as a service, that we have discussed just in the first lesson, in the first lesson. So today you need not to build your AI model, you need not to build lots of the things that is related to the machine learning. You just call the service and then apply their service and then build an interface, combine them together, then it can become your AI service. So Azure is one of the PaaS, platform as a service, that you can ask for the chatbot service for you. Okay. So before Azure, before the ChatGPT, Azure already have the chatbot, already have this kind of service. But of course, after the OpenAI, because they are one of the investor, so lots of the Microsoft service, they are enhanced by the OpenAI, enhanced by the ChatGPT. So today, when you're using Word, Excel, PowerPoint, you can find lots of the interesting AI machine learning way to generate the content for you. That is really, really nice. So PaaS, right? Platform as a service, is easy to use it. So if you want to use the Azure service, so you can just go to Google or Edge to search Microsoft Azure, AZURE, and then you register your credit card. Okay, register your credit card, and then you can perform the service inside it. Except remember, there are lots of free credit. So if you are not heavy user for the first 1,000 usage, for example, you use the AI powered service of Azure for your chatbot, you can have 1,000 in and out, in and out, in and out service that is for free. And then you have to register your credit card, and then you start. And then for the over 1,001, right, they start to charge your service. So once you use the AI service up to a certain level, they will start to, you have to pay for the AI service. You have to pay. That's how the PS share their service for you. So you are free to learn, free to try, But once you go to the production, once you have a certain amount of the usage, you have to pay back to the company. So that's how they earn the money. That's how Microsoft earn their money. So how to identify, hey, your system is using my machine learning model, is using my service. So most likely for every service, once you have registered, so you have to, here, for example, you register speech service in Asia. So you register the server and then register your credit card, then you will have a API key, okay? Application Programming Interface key. So this is key 1, this is key 2, etc. So you can show the key. So this one is the unique number. So you put the unique number in the Unity in the other interface. Then when your interface call the machine learning service, so they will count for 1, they will count for 1, they will count for 1. So for all this kind of PAS is similar. So once you register, and then they will provide a key. You put the key back to the application, back to the service, and then once you use their service, they will charge 1, they will charge 1, they will charge 1. So that is another common business model for all this kind of the PAS.